All right, first ride on Triumph's new T100 Bonneville. It's a new addition to the Bonneville platform. There was the T120, the Street Twin, and the Thruxton. Now we add the T100 Bonneville to the lineup. That's basically a Street Twin engine in the T120 Bonneville chassis, and it adds up into a great little street roadster. You can do anything on this bike, commute, do some sporty riding, do some light touring on it. It's a real do-it-all bike, just like the way motorcycles used to be in the old days. Triumph's brand new parallel twin liquid cooled motor. You can look at it right here. It doesn't really look liquid cooled at all, does it? Radiator's hidden away back behind here, but it's still got some cylinder finning. Looks authentically air cooled, and in fact it looks more authentic to original Triumphs than the previous generation Bonneville. Being the same motor that's in the Street Twin, I expect it to have about 53 horsepower to the rear wheel, which is definitely enough to get you ahead of traffic. And there's a good spread of torque, so you're never really searching for the power. So the T100 Bonneville skimps a little bit on the T120. It comes in, starts at $10,300 compared to the $11,500 for the T120. So where they saved a bit of money is a single disc front brake instead of dual discs. And a couple other detail features. No piping on the seat like the Bonneville, although this is an accessory seat, so you'll see the piping on here. And no standard heated grips, although you can get it as an option. And no center stand as well. The T120 comes with a center stand, optional on the T100. So what's it like to ride? Well, it's probably kind of like you'd expect. It's like a T120 Bonneville with the Street Twin 900cc motor. Still a good grunty motor, and really you're not going to be taking this bike to a track day anyway, and so for around town, this motor has actually got plenty of poop. I always like bigger motors. I always like more power. But the T120, it's got more power, but this bike actually kind of makes a lot of sense in the kind of power it has, and it's got way more power than original Bonneville anyway. So the benefit of the single disc front end is that it's actually a little bit lighter to steer. It's the same chassis as the T120, but it steers a little bit lighter because there's less weight on the front wheel. Still got the Bonneville's torque assist clutch. It's really light clutch pull. It's really great to maneuver around town. Very easy to maneuver a large steering sweep, and so doing U-turns around town, very easy to do on this. Another thing that makes the T100 easy to maneuver around town is really precise throttle response. One of the things that gives up on the T100 compared to the T120 is it doesn't have the ride modes of the T120, and really you don't miss it on this. Throttle response is perfect, so no need to actually adjust anything. So riding around, we've been in the city, been on the highway, been on a little bit of a twisty road, and that's what these Bonnevilles really inspire, is that they're not made for one particular thing. You can do almost anything on them. It's a throwback to the way motorcycles used to be. There didn't used to be adventure touring and sport bikes and all these different niche categories that we have now. There was just motorcycles, and you could do anything on it. Seats nice and comfortable, riding positions upright and comfortable. You could go on the highway, you could go around town, and you're still feeling good on this thing. Only shortcoming for sport riding is a little bit of ground clearance issues. You get the thing leaned over and you start dragging pegs, but it's still a really fun machine to knock around whether you're in town or out of town. And if you want to get the full story on Triumph's new T100 Bonneville, please navigate to the pages of Motorcycle.com where you'll have the full review and full details and full specifications.